Okay, I am joined by four-star outside linebacker Oklahoma Sooners commit in the 2021 class, Clayton Smith. Clayton, how you doing, man?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I appreciate it. Like I reached out, I was like, "Yo, can I talk to you for a little bit?" You was like, "Yeah, sure, man. I ain't doing nothing." It usually doesn't go that cleanly. That's all I'm saying. It usually don't go that cleanly. So I wanted to talk with you because obviously you committed to Oklahoma, but you committed during like the dead period. So like I gotta ask, when was the last time you got to visit OU?
Ooh, last year actually, Champion Barbecue was the last time I was
So last summer.
there. Mm-hmm.
Oh man, okay. So like that that stayed with you.
Yep. Man, it was the second I got on campus, man, it felt like home. Like, and I even told my mom that
What'd your mom say?
she liked it too. Like from the jump, she wanted me to go to Oklahoma from the second we got there.
Were
And I
you
was like,
now go ahead.
but I was just like, yeah, it feels like home. I mean, from just from being there, like not even like hadn't even talked any ball, hadn't you know what I'm saying, really looked into it yet, but just the presence of being on campus, it just felt like home.
Before you got there, where were you thinking about going?
It was I've always had the top three. It was them, Texas, and LSU. It was gonna always come down to that. Just headed into that, I knew that, but the feeling of just being on campus there just really set them apart.
All right, so now I gotta ask like the hard questions because it ain't like it ain't like Texas and LSU are nobody, right? LSU just won a national championship, and then Texas has put together these like top five recruiting classes. So what sets Oklahoma apart, aside from being on campus?
Um, I say the time for opportunity at Oklahoma is best for me. It fits me the best. Their defensive scheme is what also I feel best prepares me for the NFL. And Oklahoma's had a pretty dominant offense for numerous years now, but they just missed the defense. So, I mean, the time to come in, and they've always been like right at the grasp of the national championship. All I needed was a defense. So, with me being a defensive player, coming in, the opportunity for me to make change there is just off the charts.
Who was running lead on your recruitment?
Uh, Honestly, Coach Riley and Coach Ruff before he stepped down.
Mm-hmm. And like the changing up of the defensive staff didn't bother you.
Mm-mm. No, Coach Kane is he's amazing.
So like that's interesting, right? Because like Coach Kane just got to Oklahoma in February. So
Yep.
like the way that you're getting to know him is the way that many fans are getting to know him. So I'm gonna give you an opportunity. Like, what are some of the traits about Coach Kane that set him apart?
Coach Kane's he's down to earth. And, he's a real relatable guy to me. You know what I'm saying? And he knows what he's talking about. Like we've talked ball before. Like it's a lot. Like I've seen it. Like we got something special here, and he's an amazing dude. You know what I'm saying? With Coach Rupp leaving and him stepping up, it's like he didn't miss a beat. He wasn't one of those coaches that came in. You know what I'm saying? I just got here. Let me give me a few months to figure things out. No, he was there. He got straight to work. So I mean, I love Coach Kane. I mean, I can't. you have to see to believe it. Man. Like it's honestly like he's been there for 10 years. Is what it feels like.
Yeah, he showed up in his interviews and he sounded kind of chippy, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of enjoy that because like for Oklahoma fans, right? This is a Yankees job for so many people, and they want them to treat it that way. And sometimes it doesn't always feel like when folks get here that they still hungry. And yet that dude, from what you're telling me, what other folks have told me is, nah, he's like, nah, I still got stuff to prove over here. And
Exactly.
with that defense in particular, you trying to join up in, I feel like y'all got a lot to prove.
Exactly.
Especially after the last couple of years, though they got better. And then, I mean, okay, let me ask you, because I asked most this same question. How did you take the OU LSU game? How did you take the Peach Bowl?
Um, I didn't say it really just like, you know what I'm saying, just made me pick either side. But I saw that Oklahoma, well, it wasn't a secret that they needed defense, but that just exposed how close they were to getting to a national championship. They had a defense.
Why
So,
why join up with a team that is still building its defense as opposed to one that had a dominant defense, or at least a defense that was capable of winning a national championship like LSU?
Because the reason what kind of shootout I'd say is the scheme.
Mm.
When Coach Miranda left, he took his scheme with him, and I feel like I could be a good player in a 4-down defense, but I just don't feel like I could go first round in a 4-down defense. You know what I'm saying? So with Oklahoma still giving me that versatility to be able to play all over the defense, it just, I mean, you can't beat it.
Okay, so now I want to talk a little ball because like the way that Grinch's scheme is deployed on the defensive line is with single gap, right? Like they're not eating blocks, but there are 3 down linemen and usually like 1'9" dude. You being the role of that 1'9" player. So like when you say move around the defense, what are you expecting to do in that scheme? Because like we don't see too many 3-man fronts that run one gap. It's like it's a unicorn, right? So like I don't even know of any high schools that do it really. So like walk me through what you expect to do in a unique scheme like that.
When me and Coach Kane talked ball, he told me that I'm going to be rushing the pass. I'm gonna be covering running backs. I'm gonna be covering the slot. I'm rotating through all linebacker positions. We playing all 4 spots. Dropping in the coverage, like I'm gonna be doing it all. And that's what I want. I want to be hopefully recognized one day as the most versatile player in college football. So that's only helping me obtain my goal and helping them obtain their goal as well.
Who do you model your game after then?
Von Miller.
Ooh, okay, that was quick. He's a pass rusher.
Yep.
Okay, he don't cover running backs. He don't cover tight ends.
Yeah, I studied him.
Okay. No, I'm asking because like the last dude that did that comes to my mind is Isaiah Simmons, right? Because he was playing virtually every position in that safety, inside linebacker, 1'9" rush, covering backs, covering tight ends, covering wideouts.
Yep.
And I mean that's a lot, man. Like it's a lot. There's a reason why not a lot of people try to do that.
Exactly.
I hear confidence, but like, I mean, I understand wanting to be able to do it all, but like when you say play all 4 positions in that scheme, it sounds like Mike will rush in and then some defensive end. Like, none of that is intimidating.
Nah, I do it all. That's what I've been doing all my life. I've always played more than one position. I've always been all over everywhere on the field. I played every position pretty much.
So this gives me an opportunity to bring up the part of your huddle film that I love the most, which is when they need to go get a bucket, they put you at wideout.
Exactly.
And I was laughing because they were really just throwing jump balls to you.
Yep.
Okay, so like, are you just wanting to play defense, or do you want to try to go both ways?
If I can play both ways, that's what I'm gunning for. But if not, I won't be too discouraged. I just want to be on the field at the end of the day.
I hear that. So, knowing that you play in Texarkana, and I was asking you this beforehand, like, evaluate the guys that you're going against. Evaluate how you feel this 2021 class looks, because not a whole lot of people are getting looks at y'all because, pandemic and dead period and whatnot. So how do you feel about your class? Not necessarily dudes at OU or dudes anywhere else, just as a whole, how talented do you think y'all are?
I think my class is something special, honestly. Because the versatility in my class is in a 2021 recruiting class it's crazy. Like I feel like when we all get to college, like college football is gonna be off the charts.
That's what's up. So why commit during the dead period when you can't take no visits and when they can't visit you?
Because honestly, I prayed about it, talked about it like every day for like 2 weeks with my family. I even asked my coach about it, how he felt about it. The people closest to me, I just asked how they felt about it. And I sat down. I have a journal somewhere in my room. I just wrote down the pros and cons of every school, schemes, you know what I'm saying, academic side of everything that I needed to know. And when I weighed it all up, it was a no-brainer.
What are you planning to study at OU?
I'm planning on going business, finance side of it, and come out and go into real estate with it.
Ooh, I like that. Hey, man, own stuff. Like, own land, own stuff. No, I'm with that.
Exactly.
Is there anything you want to talk about that we didn't get a chance to talk about?
I mean, nah, you covered everything, man.
Okay. All right. That is 4-star outside linebacker, defensive end, inside linebacker, safety, Clayton Smith. I appreciate your time, money.
Definitely, man.
Right on. Clayton, I'm gonna put this up probably